The Argentine grain harvest, the abundance of nature growing in the larder of the world. But is this food for people, or in our hunger for energy, have we decided that this land must now feed our cars instead? In our search for what's driving world food prices ever higher, we flew out over the Argentine Pampas, one of the most fertile regions on Earth and one where they're not so much moving towards biofuels as rushing headlong. From horizon to horizon, a landscape once famous for its cattle and grasslands has been turned over to maize and soy. It's a change that was happening anyway, but it now accelerates with every year after the world has discovered that food is a new source of oil.
We've been flying for more than an hour now and seen barely any of the beef cattle for which this area was once famous. There's hardly even any wheat here. For mile upon square mile of the Argentine Pampas, all we've seen being harvested is soy.
With the European Union now insisting that some, at least, of our petrol and diesel must come from food crops, the demand for this harvest has never been higher. We watched the last of the maize and soy being brought in, but when the giant combines have passed through, it seems only the environmentalists are crying foul.
It's a clear competition. What is the land going to be used for? Humans or cars?
At the moment, the cars are winning.
Yes, there's nothing green about biofuels, and people have to know that. The public has to know that.
The brutal economics of biofuels is that it takes about 230 kilograms of corn, that's about 500 pounds, to make enough ethanol to fill the tank of a family car just once. Now that's enough food to feed a family for about a year.
We flew back over grain stores and storage depots, all dedicated to getting oil from food. Most of the vegetable oil in these vast tankers still goes for cooking or food processing, but with each year, more is just for burning. Back in the capital, I put it to the Argentine government that this could be driving food prices ever higher.
The quantity that is used for the production of biofuels worldwide is around 1%. So it's not, it doesn't have, from our point of view, a very high impact on food, so on the prices. So I think there are many other factors.
It's a bonanza for Argentine industry and exports, but for the country's working class in suburban tango halls, the squeeze from higher prices is just as painful. They dance to forget inflation of 30% a year, food leading the way.
These are our products, our food. If you go to buy tomatoes, you are looking for prices and you scared and you don't know what to do.
The Argentina is exporting too much products to the world, and the internal consume need to pay more for good products.
The rush for biofuels may be playing its part, but it's not the only culprit in this growing food crisis. There are simply more people needing more food. Our journey follows the sun west across the Pacific to Asia, where every year there are literally tens of millions more mouths to feed. In the battle between supply and demand may simply be growing too fast. James Mates, News at 10, Argentina.